Hey, what's happening, guys? I didn't even get to do any, oh hell, let me see if I can fix this. That's gonna fall over. I didn't even get to do my music or anything. I was hoping I was gonna get to mess with him more about his UFO stuff because if you looked at my resume, I look very suspicious. uh, We're gonna put that there because I feel like I'm on this side. Let's move this a little bit right here. A little bit odd for a alien raid. Hell yeah. We're gonna go, I guess, until my internet shuts off again, and maybe I'll start another one. I don't know. I'm not that tired. It's only 12:25. How is everybody doing? Damn, I need to get something to drink. I didn't think about that. Hey, Scotty G, Cianta, the Zen Ginger, Julie, Mr. Zen Griffin, Alex, Cody-san, Chevy Fish, Cianta again. Yeah, I think I got everybody. Oh, Miss Griffin, Fish Room, Meredith, right? Did I get that right? I don't remember. Did I lose somebody? Hell. Man, I wish I was in my living room in London. I want to smoke inside. This is just what it looks like he said. I don't know. I like auto-tune that. I think I'll go to my car. I hope that does not happen, Chappy. Me too. I gotta tell you, these the disconnects, it's just too much for me. It's 1:27. It's 12:26 here. So, yeah. I mean, it's still early, right? I mean, I can drink some Captain and Cokes. Screw it. Who really cares? I mean, like an hour-long stream. I thought it was cool, him talking about all that stuff. I was hoping we could discuss more, because those are fun subjects. Oh my god, auto-tune Chappy would be too much for me. Oh man, that's all you need. Thank you for the support for the Fish Fam. Oh man, it's no big deal. I think the Fish Fam's cool. Y'all people roll deep. And y'all are all together. Y'all are good people. I dig y'all. There's my smoky device. Hey, Big J. You go to get white girl wasted. I didn't get white girl wasted last night, and I wish I would have, because tomorrow's Christmas, and I gotta go to my cousin's house, and I don't want to be white girl hungover tomorrow. But I think it actually, white girl wasted tonight means white man wasted the next day. And I don't need to be losing any high heels tonight, because it's just too much. You bought a gaming device. You mean Santa bought a gaming device? What is a gaming, like a PS4? What did Santa get you? Santa didn't buy it. Santa made it. Santa and his droves of unpaid child laborers from China. I mean, that sounds bad, but So you guys want some stories, or y'all want to chit chat? I mean, it's really, we all caress the thumbs up and show Chappy some love. Oh, thank you. Haha, check Discord, Chappy. I just posted. Oh. In the tree house. Oh, look at that cute little bastard. What? Oh. Oh, that's cool, man. PS69. PS69? What's that? Oh, a pocket sprite. Oh, you Like, Scotty G knows what that is. You want alien talk? Oh, man. No, so I was in the Air Force. Y'all know that, right? And maybe I work for a defense contractor now. But enough about that. Keychain, Game Boy, for real? I don't think it was like a for real with like an inflection. Like, it's like a for real. You just say it straight. Or like a for real. We can do some creepy stories. As long as it holds. I was trying to enable my second M2 slot on my motherboard, and I'm fed up with it. Creepypasta. Good old creepypastas. I was reading a story. I think it was Carrots and Whiskey, and then my internet went out. And I was like, fuck it. Oh man, I need some Chappy. That sounds creepy, but like not my creepy. Does that make sense? The reason I don't do cold readings anymore. This is gonna be like 87 minutes. I know it. My internet's gonna go out. Oh, it's 9 minutes. Oh, that's not a bad one. I think we can do this one. How's the audio, guys? Does it sound nice? What if I use my regular voice? I like my regular. I'm just kidding. Alright, well, we'll give this a shot. The reason I don't do cold readings anymore. Boop. I don't do cold readings anymore. I don't tell fortunes. I don't read tea leaves. I don't do contact. I do not contact the other side. Look, don't judge me, alright? It was an easy gig. I mean, the first time I did it, it was a joke. I did it just to impress a girl. You've been there, right? It was something I'd read about online and thought I'd give it a go. Cold reading. I don't need to tell you that there's no such thing as a psychic. It's just extremely convincing, educated guessing. I know. If you believe in the stuff, you definitely got a story to tell me that starts with, yeah, most are fake, but this one time, hey, precious tranquility. Welcome to the stream. And you'll tell me some incredibly specific thing that they couldn't possibly have known. But honestly, though, if I could have been there when you were getting your revelatory message, you gave them everything they needed. They just connected the dots. See, people aren't desperately unique. Not really. Hell, you only need 23 people before there's a 50% chance that 2 of them will have the same birthday. Give me a crowd of 50 people and I'll find someone who's born in August with an important L in their life, luck, Leeds, Louise. And I'll have everything I need. It's not hard. People like a sense of pattern in their lives. It gives them a sense of control. It's like people like conspiracy theories. It's hard to think that everything really is as shit and meaningless and random as experience would imply. When someone flies in a plane into a building, it's easier to think it's just another cog in some grand scheme than face up the fact that actually it really doesn't take all that much order than a fuck up in a box cutter to completely ruin everything. Similarly, when you're holding the hand of a 5-year-old girl long after long black hair has fallen out and she's looking to help and you can't, maybe it's easier. It's just a crappy part of the bigger plan. Oh, we're getting people in here. Shit. What's happening? You're just both changing lines, but a bit you're just heading in the same place. What's happening, guys? Look, so I'm not defending myself. I'm not saying what I'm a twat. Oh, Jesus. In all of this, it's just saying that I would never want people deceived people. Sorry, my thing. I'm like, hey, mama. she heard me say that. Hi, Mom. Merry Christmas. How are you? I like your goldfish pond. Who doesn't like a goldfish pond? No, it really is my mom. Hey, Fish Room Fever, did you remember to put in Homeboy's thing for the second hour? Everybody's talking. Hello, Chappy's mom. Merry Christmas. Oh, she's going to be here for a while, telling everybody hi. R3 killers? You're going to go to bed. Well, yeah, because Santa's coming, right? Father's Fish. Yes, 2 p.m. Sunday. Father Fish, not Father's Fish. Chappy. Co. Yeah, good night, Mama. You know I love you. And Merry Christmas. I wish I was there with you guys. Oh, thanks, Sleek. That's awesome, Bubba. I think I'll have to get with you about that. Good night. Merry Christmas, Chappy's mom. Y'all are so sweet. See you tomorrow, cuz. Who's R3 Killers? Is that you, Joe? Why R3 Killers? That's weird. Or is that, that's not Joe, that's, yeah, damn it. Hey, Brendan, what's happening, Bubba? Well, this is my channel. Welcome. I've got 2 family members in here. Box 1 name, Abby. I'm a PS4 kind of guy, man. I'm sorry. Call your mom tomorrow, Chappy. Don't forget. I will call my mom tomorrow. Damn, that sucks. You see that? You can't really see that. I have to focus on it. Oh. We're all family. That's right. Hey, Quincy, how you doing? Nice hair, chap. Well, thank you. It's I've been working on it for a while. I don't know. I always play with it and stuff. I can't stop playing with it. I don't like the way my neck looks, so I'm just gonna cover it up like this, so don't judge me. Going back to sleep. Good night. Big Easy. Support group. No, yeah. Going back to sleep. Good night. Good night, my friend. Wish more men would grow their hair out. Chappy is upside down. Wait, what? I can change that, actually. Let me see. There's a button for that. It is right here. So now I'm really upside down. How's that make you feel? Now I feel funny. I'm going to fix myself. There we go. I'll be lurking. Fish Room Fever. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to Fish Room Fever, or, well, if any of y'all aren't Fish Farm fam friends, I'm so bad about that. But check these guys out. They're really cool. I was hanging out with them tonight. And there's something... And if that's not a technical issue, I don't know what is. A tripod went out. One of the legs fell. That was kind of funny. And then it adjusted my... that shit's hilarious. I'm sorry. Expensive ass camera just falling. Well, now it doesn't want to stand up. That's fine. We'll fix this. We'll get this going. Nope. Almost. Yeah, there. Well, yeah, that's good enough. Cool. Night, Brendan. You be good, Bubble. Getting Emmy here. Well, right on. Where did my vape go? There it is. So my mama and Brendan popped in at the same time. Hell. I wonder who else is here, lurking out there in the ether of the YouTubes. So I do believe I was trying to tell a story. I don't know. It's I don't know about this story. Let me see something real quick. Because I already lost myself on it. And I don't want to read it again. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, we're losing people. Stat, we need a story quick. Everybody, Chappy. Fishmas, Fish Fam. Alright. The Eisenhower Interstate Phenomenon. Y'all ever heard about that? It's this one right here. It's a little known fact is that Eisenhower Interstate system is built over major ley lines. Rumor has it that if specific conditions are met, weird phenomenon will occur. Phenomena of the first. The first sign is this phenomenon is that you will lose all radio reception, and devices such as MP3 players, Discman, tape decks, and other music players will cease functioning. Your heater will begin to only dispense cold air regardless of the setting. After the first mile of this, you will notice a fog growing at the edges of the road. You will see no exits regardless of whether they're supposed to be there. If you continue on, you will begin to see the occasional pedestrian. Some of them will gesture that they would like to hitch a ride. Under no circumstance should you stop for them. No one has ever stopped and survived. If you see lights approaching from behind, and it's a hearse, do not let it pass. No matter what, after 13 miles, the phenomenon will end, and you'll be safe. Phenomena of the second. I like saying it, phenomena. Do, 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 do. I don't know why. Like phenomenon. Whatever. Investigated by the witness after they read instructions they found in a book. Look behind. In a rest stop bathroom, participants must mix a shot of whiskey, a drop of their own blood, 1 drop of each participant, a pinch of salt, and a small amount of used engine oil. Mix with water from the rest stop fountain in a glass bottle and smash it on the interstate in the evening or morning. If the instructions were followed correctly, the way will become densely foggy. An unmarked exit will appear. If you pass by it, it will be closed to you for 6 years. If you take it, go left and go under the interstate. Half a mile down the road is an old gas station. Inside is said to have full of glass and coffee sold there. Will keep you awake all night. And other food and beverages are purported to have various properties themselves. What's a Snickers do? Pay the proprietor only in metal coinage, no bills, no checks, no cards. There are also some arcade machines near the back of the store as well as an old fortune-telling wizard in a glass case. He knows how you will die. Accept no sexual favors that you were offered to while you're there. So horn dog, if you're out there listening somewhere, don't go here. Welcome to the channel, Scott. And do not anger anyone. Your life depends on it. Something really weird happens on this post. Originally, it had an entire thing in comments. I remember approving 3 comments on this entry when I first posted, but apparently at some point that changed and half the post went missing. The comments got closed. Hey, it's Alien World. He subbed me back. Kaler's Aquatics. Welcome. Hey, Punchy. Did I see Punchy? Yeah. Oh, that's Bob. Hey, Bob. And thank you for all of my peoples. You hid Scott. Did I? Oh, shit. I'm so sorry. Hang on. No, I got this. I got this. Sorry. Don't know how that happened. Oh, man. My bad, guys. Oh, so the Eisenhower state phenomenon. Yo, sub to your boy. Oh, we don't talk like that in here, Brendan. Oh, man, we use English. And not Baltimore English, which is earn, and earn. Earn, and earn. That's actually how people say Aaron, earned, and iron, earn in Baltimore. Earn, and iron, earn. It's really weird. What is this? This needs to go away. Bye-bye. There we go. So now I can see my people. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Brendan. Let's see what else we got. The Vault of Humanity. Nah. It looks too crazy. Punchy, that is my cousin. I'm old enough to be his uncle. Brendan, Punchy is... You be respectful to people in here, or I'll have to mute you, or they'll kick your butt. But you're respectful, so it's cool. What is this one? This one's called Bottle. I don't know. Let's give this a shot. And if you're admiring the cool wear Chappy that's to my side right here, that was done by Yandere Shiki on my Discord. It's in the link's in the doobly doos downstairs. You should check it out. I got some really talented artists in there. I mean, I don't, but they're part of the community, and it's good stuff. It's real good stuff. So this is a bottle. I was not going to say that. I was going to say you're a woman with discerning taste that loves to make fun of spousal, or you have funny anecdotes about spousal abuse. Oh, and you can't tell me you don't, because they're pretty funny. This one's called Bottle. My damnation came in the form of a bottle. No, not like that. When I was a child, my best friend lived next to me. Oh no, he lived next to a little junkyard. My apologies. A great place for a kid to hang out, a junkyard, full of mystery and exciting discoveries. And if you find anything nice, nobody minds if you take it. Except your parents, obviously. Well, not my friend's mom. Most of their bowls and plates came from the junkyard. But anyway, one day a bunch of us were hanging out, dismantling a car. Some of us might have been interested in the parts. I just thought breaking stuff was great. So we'd get the engine strewn everywhere, set to work on the interior. Under one of the seats was a little glass bottle full of some green, bubbly liquid. Curiosity trumped hygiene in those days. I uncorked it and sniffed it. The smell was pleasant, minty, a little floral. One kid, Jackie, dared me to drink it. It was a double dog dare. I had to. Sorry. The taste was also pleasant, and it warmed me on the way down. My body was filled with a strange, pleasant tingling. Nothing else happened. Not until that night. First effect, I couldn't sleep. I haven't needed sleep since. It's alright. I get a lot done. Second effect, a month later, I started to cough things up. I was playing alone in the woods and I hacked up blood. Then there were chunks in the blood. Then I was puking. The entirety of my coiled long intestine came snaking up as I sat quivering, tears in my cheeks, struggling to breathe, literally puking my guts up. My mouth seemed to unhinge like a snake's to accommodate my lungs. My heart was on my sleeve. The blood stain would never come out, as if it abandoned the clothes I was wearing. The police searched frantically for a missing person, but never found a thing. I wasn't empty when I finished, though. New organs built up inside of me. I could feel them. I could see them when I closed my eyes. Nameless lumps and spirals spiraling out of nothing. Third effect, 2 months later. I began to crave water. I can't possibly describe the feeling of thirsty skin, but it was a desperate thirst. Like my parents' house one night, I left my parents' house one night and walked until I came to a swamp. I moved in. The murky, bug-filled waters feel like home now. As they did all those years ago, I sit underwater, watching the fish and salamanders get eaten by herons, looking at the surface, waiting for my prey. I'm sure you know what the fourth effect was. I'm typing this on a cell phone of my latest victim. She was delicious. She smelled like fresh melons. I think he eats people. He eats people now. Yeah, Mr. Pete the Norwegian's in the future. So if you want to get the winning lotto numbers, you got to go to him. It's amazing, actually. So it's 6 to 9 hours ahead. So what year is it for you? Scott, I apologize about hiding you. I think I did it in a real quick, and I accidentally hid you, and then you were like, fuck this, I'm out of here. And then you came back. R3 killers. Sorry, I didn't know that. What did you not know, buddy? Oh, were you talking to Pete? Oh. Hey, Go Fish office. How you doing? And Seansa's about to get high. Good job, Seansa. You do that. Brendan, don't ever do drugs. I'm going to teach you how to build computers so you'll never be able to afford drugs. Hell, we got 20 people in here. Bring it. Let's get 20 more. Hell, let's go crazy up in this bitch. I'm just kidding. I don't think I need 40 people in here. I was just listening to the story. Never left. Oh, okay. Well, I do apologize for muting you earlier. Not all of the stories are going to be to your likings, because some of them are about children. But, I mean, you know, they're creepy-ish. This is a rite and ritual. I really love these. This is called Holder of Light. I'm sitting on a shirt. My ass felt lumpy. That was weird. Oh, y'all gonna try to get me into fish? I've already said it. I can barely keep myself alive. I would feel bad. Oh, get him into fish. Yeah, no, we can get him into fish. Yeah, go ahead. Brendan, a lot of these people are fish people. They're good folk. And fish are fucking cool, man. Like seahorses and mud skippers. And one dude, where's he at? He was in here. He said he was going to be lurking. Let me find it. Fish room fever? Dude has piranhas. Legit piranhas, dude. Like, that's cool as hell, man. You gotta talk like the kids to get in their heads. I assure you, I'm not a child. For fuck's sake, I'm almost 40. Jesus, what am I doing? It's fine. I'm enjoying this. Let's fish our friends. And sometimes food. Thanks for stopping by my stream. Well, no worries, bud. Thanks for streaming. I was hoping you'd go for longer. Because if you were to look at my resume, Alien World, mine is suspiciously very close to what you're looking for a person that you want to talk to about getting a job. But I'm not a man in black. I've just worked on really neat aircraft and companies that do stuff. So here's holder of the lights. I don't like fish as food, but alive they are dope. Well, there you go, Brendan. Check out really any of these people. Not Julie. She has cats. You don't want cats. You already have cats. Check out Griffin Fish Room. Check out Fish Room Fever. The Zen Ginger. Fish are friends, but they're food also. LOL. Yeah, they are. Anyways, holder of the lights. In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution you can get yourself to. When you reach the front desk, close your eyes and ask to visit someone who calls himself the holder of light. You will be guided to a single door leading to a long, winding hallway. You will be told to open your eyes. The hallway will be complete darkness, narrow enough for you to feel the walls and navigate yourself forward. At any moment along the way, the lights should come on. Shut your eyes immediately and quickly make your way back to the door you came in. If your eyes stay open for more than a second, what you will see will force you to instinctively tear them out. If the lights stay off, however, you will make your way to the end of the hall and another door. If there is a light from under the door, leave immediately. What you came for is not there. If there is no light from under the door, carefully turn the handle and enter. The room will be completely dark, aside from the lone candle in the center. What little light it brings reveals an outline of a cloak hovered over it. The man underneath the cloak is completely still. If you say anything, the man will tear out your eyes and devour your soul, and you will be forced to take his place under the cloak for the rest of eternity. There is only one question the man will respond to. What can protect us from them? If you proceed to ask the question, a piercing scream will ring out from the candle, and a series of lights will illuminate the room, revealing the images of the most horrifying thoughts, fantasies, and memories from all consciousnesses throughout history. Most people cannot handle this event and will go insane or die instantly. However, if you should somehow manage to survive this, the man in the center of the room will rise slowly and put his hands on your head. You will be forced to look at his face. His face appears young, with the exception of 2 large cavities where his eyes once were. At this point, you must not look away, or you will be forever forgotten in time. He will then open your hand and place a small round object in your right hand. You will be left feeling no pain, but the horrifying images will be burned into your memory for all eternity. The eyes you hold in your hand is object 5 of 538. The awakening has begun. They must not be brought together. I feel like they set themselves up for 537 more stories. Good luck with that. I did close to 300 streams and no semblance of the same thing going on between them, except for creepy stories in most of them. Here's a fun one. It's called licking. My cat is like a dog, a junkyard dog. My great-grandmother lived alone in the mountains at her cabin. Her husband was dead, so she was there all alone. She only had one companion, and it was her loving dog. They both adored each other, and the dog was a great comfort to her. Every night, when she went to bed, the dog would lick her hand to let her know that he was there to protect her. One night she had gone to bed, and the dog had licked her hand, like he had done routinely every night since her husband died. But this night was different. She had woken in the middle of the night because she heard her dog whimpering. She wanted to comfort him and to let her know she was there for him. So she stuck her hand out by the bed, and she felt the dog gently lick her hand like always. She figured he was just cold, so she went back to sleep. The dog's whimpering had woke her up a second time in the night. So she stuck her hand out, the dog licked it, and she went back to sleep. This happened a third time. She stuck her hand out, the dog stopped whimpering, and came and licked her hand. She stayed awake for a few moments after, and went back to sleep again. In the morning, she woke up and stuck her hand out by the bed, but nothing licked her. She thought that the dog had already awakened, and it was just in the front room. She rolled over, got out of bed, and heard a drip, 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 drip. She thought the sound was coming from the kitchen, so she walked over and turned the handles on the sink faucet. But that wasn't the sound. That wasn't the source of the noise. After frustratingly checking the sink and its pipes, she gave up and continued into her bathroom to take a shower. Hey Julie, how you doing? As she got closer to the bathroom door, it was evident that the sound was coming from within. She opened the door, looked above the bathroom, and gasped in utter horror. There, hanging from the light by his collar, was her loving companion. His blood was dripping into the bathtub. She screamed and began to cry. Wiping her tears and sobbing, she turned and looked into the mirror. In the mirror, she saw the dog's reflection, and written on the mirror, in her dog's blood with the drips and streaked hands down each letter, were the words, "Humans can lick too." How are you doing, Julie? You've heard this story, plus there's a video to it? I know. I think I've read it before. I know I've read it before, at least a couple times. It's still a fun one. Alien Punch. That's what you did. Oh, you're leaving, buddy? Oh, hell. Well, have a good night. I'm thirsty, but I don't want to drink straight rum, because that doesn't quench your thirst. Whatever. It's all over now, Julie. I don't know. You did read it before. I know. I've read it in my old streams, too. The Eye.
It's late. You shouldn't be up like this, you know. It's not healthy, surrounding yourself in utter darkness, with nothing but dull monitor to illuminate your surroundings, utterly defenseless. Your internal conscience could already be laughing at me. You could be thinking to yourself that you are entirely aware where this is going. Well, it's your funeral. I'm here to warn you. In precisely 4 minutes and 13 seconds, something will catch the corner of your eye. You will turn your head sharply, attempting to focus your vision. Your cat will slink past, wryly waving its tail. Your relief will overcome you as you gently welcome your feline companion onto your lap. In exhaustion, the poor animal will collapse and purr, contentment filling the air. As you continue perusing the internet, perusing, you will notice something strange about your pet. You look down to notice a note has been tucked into its collar. It's blank. You question this, but return to the internet. Your cat shivers, stretches, and jumps from your lap, scurrying off. The note, which you've conveniently placed next to your computer, begins to bleed with dark ink. You open the crumpled paper, holding it to the light of the monitor. It's then that an illustration of an eye will appear. Now, this is retribution. If you have made any hope of saving yourself, scrap the piece of paper, or find a scrap piece of paper and draw the eye. Turn off the monitor, surround yourself by darkness. Don't you dare close your eyes. Blink, and this will be for naught. You will be dead before you even felt your eyes close. Kneel. Fold the illustration and place it within arm's reach of you. By now you should feel it on you. The eye will be watching. It will choke your breath. You must try. Utter the following: I can see you. Drop the illustration and return to your computer. I'm sorry to say the watchful eye will never cease. You will always feel it. It's watching you. It's watching you now. Nice shirt. Nice shirt. There you go. Oh, I missed a line. It's then you realize you don't have a cat. Now this is retribution. I apologize. Because I don't have a cat. If a cat jumped on my lap, I'd be like, nope. That's a big rat, and get it the fuck out of here. I don't know. I can just alt-tab and see in this general area. I think I'm fine. Yeah, we're fine. Don't worry about it. There's room for one more. I don't know what you're talking about, Seansa. I think you're crazy, man. You're crazy, Holmes. A young woman on her way to town broke her journey by staying with friends at an old manor house. The bedroom looked out in the... Hang on a second. This... let me try this again. Chappy secretly loves cats. Hey, Helly. How you been? Long time no see. Alright, we're gonna try this again. That sounds like a creepypasta. The moment you realize you're out of tape on Christmas. Aw. Or you hear something coming down the chimney. And then you realize you don't have a chimney. A young woman on her way to town broke her journey by staying with friends at an old manor house. Her bedroom looked out to the carriage sweep at the front door. It was a moonlit night. She found it difficult to sleep. As the clock outside her bedroom door struck 12, she heard a noise of horses' hooves on the gravel outside and the sound of wheels. She got up and went over to the window to see who could be arriving at this time of night. The moonlight was very bright. She saw a hearse drive up to the door. It hadn't a coffin in it. Instead, it was crowded with people. The coachman sat up on the box. As he came opposite of the windows, he drew up and turned his head. His face terrified her. And he said in a distant voice, "There's room for one more." She drew the curtain, ran back to bed, and covered her head with the bedclothes. In the morning, she was not quite sure whether it had been a dream or whether she had really gotten out of bed to see a hearse. But she was glad to go up to town and leave the old house behind her. She was shopping at a big store which had an elevator in it, and an up-to-date thing at that time. She was on the top floor and went to the elevator to go down. It was rather crowded, but as she came up to it, the elevator operator turned his head and said, "There is room for one more." It was the face of the coachman of the hearse. "No, thank you," said the girl. "I'll walk down." She turned away. The elevator doors clanged. There was a terrible rush and screaming and shouting, and then a great clatter and thud. The elevator had fallen, and every soul was killed. Tuffy Yuffy, what's happening? Welcome to the channel. Shit, I did it again. I'm sorry. Undo. Tuffy, say something. I'm sorry. I'm a bastard. I didn't look that time. What are you doing here? I think this is funny. Where can you send donations? I have a thing, don't I? I think I have a Streamlabs thing. Don't. I know, I'm sorry. Pause. Nope. Damn. I don't know where you can send donations or tips or anything like that. Oh, wait. Maybe? Nope. Oh, there you go. Oh. Well, Zen got it. That one. You don't have to. I appreciate it, though. I don't do it for the monies. I do it for the smiling faces of the boys and girls. I am hiding people. It's a second person tonight, and I apologize deeply. Did you see the video I sent you? Did you send it to my email? If you would like to email me, I have the most 1997... Look at that. Wait, there it is. Thank you, Helly. That's very sweet of you. Merry Christmas. You didn't have to. I did not see a video you sent me, Quincy. Did you send it to my email or did you send it in Discord? Well, thank you very much. I'm getting blown up over here. Merry Christmas. Thank you. That was very sweet of you. Oh, Crothers. Well, thank you very much. Just did. Let me see here. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's an iCarly thing. Yeah, I'll have to check it out in a little bit. Alright. Let's see here. What do we have? Oh, just a heads up. If the stream ends and I'm like mid-word, or it looks like it's buffering, it means my internet probably went out. I know it's a huge pain in the ass, but it means I'm going to start another stream because my internet disconnected and I have to reconnect it, and Streamlabs doesn't want to. It's a pain in the ass for me, trust me. But please rejoin. Am I reading Christmas pastas? I tried reading Christmas pastas. They're weird. I read one earlier. It's called Santa's Magic. Wasn't really about Christmas. I'll see if I can find a good one. It's got to meet certain criteria for me. Like, one, not be stupid long. Seanza with the 20. Thank you very much, Bubba. I've got my Patreons tipping me. Thank you, Bubba. Oh, I get how you... I get your name now. Seanta. It's J Seanta. That's why that always messed me up. I'm like, how is there a silent J? So I'm just going to call you Silent J from now on because I think that's funny. And because weed, you know, right? So you saw this in your recommended for some reason?
He's just eating cereal. That's all he's doing. That's weird. Ho, ho, ho. This is called A Christmas Story. It's by Gamer. It's got a really bad rating, but it's a Christmas story. And you asked for it. I sigh, stretch, and push myself away from the laptop. I let the chair spin before lazily dragging my foot to stop it. I've been working on a new story, one about Christmas and the horrors it includes. It was pretty cheesy, and all the ideas felt recycled. Psycho elves, murderous Santa, hungry reindeer, you know the drill. Hey, Scooter. Last story, then bed for you. Okay, Scott. I want to give up, but I haven't abandoned enough projects. My cat Sam rubs against my legs and purrs. I pick him up and he lays on my lap for a minute. Sometimes I don't mind this life. I stay by myself and nobody bothers me. It's moments like this that I feel guiltiest for wanting more. I know I've got nothing going on. If I died right now in my chair, nobody would notice. Jeez. I look at the time and realized it's past midnight already. I pull myself out of the chair and flop face first onto my bed. I rearrange my covers and close my eyes. Right as I drift off, I swear I hear tiny footsteps, a giggle, and the ring of a bell. My eyes snap open. I prop myself up on my elbows and check my clock. It's only 2 a.m. I look out the window and see snow. It's Christmas Day. I can't believe I forgot. The snow is falling so perfectly. It almost feels like my story. I hear that damn bell again and turn towards my door. I cautiously walk out of my room and turn my hallway light on. I quietly make my way downstairs, turn on all the lights in my house. Nobody's there. I notice a present under the tree. It's a medium-sized box, wrapped in dark red paper. I don't remember putting it there. I kneel down as I approach the box. I carefully tear off the paper. The box is red, too. I open the box and immediately vomit. My cat is in it. His formerly gray and black stripes body is now red. An eyeball has fallen out of its socket. His entrails have been used to tie its paws together, mutilated beyond recognition. The only way I know it's him is because of the dark blue collar sitting on top of the matted fur. I vomit again and start crying. I pick up his collar, and his name has been crossed out. I run back up to my room and slam the door. On my way, Merry Christmas has been written on my walls in what looks like blood. I turn my computer on to check for the internet connectivity. My phone was left downstairs, so that's out of the question. My computer turns on and there, displayed on the screen, is my story. I read through it, and it starts sounding familiar. The main character's pet gets brutally slaughtered, and the main character must fight for her life against Christmas gone wrong.
I know what will happen next, and I'm terrified. Every cliche in the book is about to become alive. Everything that I laugh at in my stories is about to kill me. I do a quick check for my closet and under my bed before plopping myself down in front of the door. I start crying again, but shut up when I hear something prancing on the rooftop. And right on cue, out jumps good old Santa Claus. The reindeer are here. I scramble to my feet and start barricading my door. I hear slow, heavy steps coming up my stairs. I open my window and throw my fire ladder out. I run to my backpack, empty it out, and put my laptop in it. I need to keep track of my enemies. Suddenly, I'm determined to survive. I pull my tangled hair into a ponytail, slip on my shoes, put on my jacket. Something starts pounding on my door. I swing my legs over the windowsill and start climbing down. My door splinters open and 2 elves riding reindeer bust through. I consider jumping, but I'm on the 2nd floor. I climb faster, but I only get halfway down before I see an elf peek out of the window. He looks like something you would see in a Christmas movie. He has pink, rosy cheeks and shiny black hair. He smiles cruelly and pulls out a knife to cut the rope. He smiles and waves as I fall. At first, I can't breathe. I desperately gasp before finally getting in a short breath. Something cold lands on my face. I feel around me. I landed on the snow. It's snowing. The wind picks up. It's like it started just for me. I start laughing. My hysterical laughter rings through the yard. I wave my arms around me, making this strange snow angel. I stand back up, brushing off my clothes, and bump my backpack, my laptop. I landed right on top of it. I can't believe I forgot about it. I shrug off my backpack and unzip it. My computer's in 2 pieces. I don't know what to do next. I can't remember what happens next. How will I survive? No, I say to myself. I will not be beaten by a children's legend and furries. I decide to go in through the back door, mainly because my fence is too tall to climb. I must have left it unlocked last night, because it swings open with ease. I don't trust this, but I'm out of choices and time. A horrifying scene greets me upon entry. The walls are streaked with blood. It looks fresh. The stove has a big boiling pot on it. I take a knife from the block and slowly approach it. I turn off the gas and peek inside. There, in it, is a bright red Santa hat. Why would he boil his own hat? Nothing they do makes sense. This isn't how the story goes. I broke the only copy of the story. So it should stop, right? What if, since they are bound to my story, they're free? If they're free, only one thing will distinguish my character from me. My character who will have to survive. I grip the knife tighter and continue through the kitchen. I make my way through the living room and back to the Christmas tree. The present is gone, but the memory and bloodstains are not. I hear bells again. I whip around violently and face the chimney. Chimney. I'm calling it a chimney. It's chimney. I hear something softly chanting, ho, 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 over and over. I want to scream and cover my ears, do anything to stop it. It's not jolly or happy, just a monotonous mantra. I want to light a fire under his ass, but the logs have been removed. Instead, I run back upstairs, knowing they're all watching me, chasing me. I'm not just paranoid. I can hear them whispering, laughing at me, following me. I slide under my bed. My elbow hits something and I feel a sharp, stabbing pain. I pull the mystery object out of my arm and inspect it. It's a piece of wood. It's painted midnight blue with silver and gold stars. It's a part of my door. My door has been destroyed and is scattered around my room. I have no other cover. Heavy, deliberate footsteps ascend my staircase, followed by light, quick ones. The heavy ones must be Santa. The light ones must be the elves. His reindeer are gone. Shiny black boots appear at my door, and I hold my breath. They slowly meander over to my bed and stand in front of it. I remember that when I was little, I was scared of Santa. I refused to sit on his lap, or write letters, or recognize Christmas. For me, it was just another day. I'm not sure why I was so scared of Santa back then, but I know why I'm scared now. In all honesty, I feel I have the right to be petrified of Santa if I survive this. Who am I kidding? There's no way I stand a chance. There were no superheroes to save me, no mom to sit with me, so she could just get one goddamn picture. My name is Aubrey Green. I'm 24 years old. Last week was my birthday. I have red, frizzy hair and freckles. I code for a living. I never met my neighbors. I haven't spoken to my mother in almost a year. And I haven't seen my dad since I was 10. I was bullied a lot as a kid and have self-harm scars. I'm still wearing my pajamas, a pink and black tank top, black shorts, and pink knee-high socks that look like cats. I hear sirens. In a few hours, my mother will receive a call. She will fall to her knees and cry, but she will be okay in time. The sirens are closer, but not close enough. Someone cared about me enough to call for help. The only problem is, soon, none of that will matter, because in a few seconds, I will be dead. Well, there's your Christmas story. That was a terrible one. I just read the things, man. I don't... What's up with my mustache? It won't stand up. Oh no, I got some Googling to do. Precious tranquility. I'm not sure I'm ready for that. I just learned I was lurking today. Yeah, your name's Blue. Deal with it. Precious Tranquility has 54 subscribers. I think we could probably up that a little bit. Pearl Scales for Punchy, Butterfly, Telescope Fry. First time feeding Ripashi Super Gold. I don't know what that means. Hey Chappy. You use a beard balm? Some kind like I do. I don't know where it's at. I think it's in the bathroom. I always forget to put it on. On that note, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. I need Burt's Bees. Burt's Bees, where you at? Hey Siri. Flashlight.
It's on.
I like how she says it's on as soon as she turns it on. Gonna put on some Burt's Bees. We're running out. That's all we got left right there. Just that little bit. Just, oh, it's I gotta focus the camera for that. I'm not. Hey, horn dog. Oh yeah. Oh, horn dog, I think you spelled coming wrong. In fact, I'm fairly certain you did. You weirdo. Yeah. Miss Griffin's Fish Room. You have 19 subscribers. I think we could probably up those numbers too. Yeah. Merry Triple Xmas, you weirdo. You know we love you though, bud. I know a link was posted about it earlier. But for all the fish people that aren't in the Discord, there is the Discord link. And if you enter that link and you see the welcome, rules, treehouse, poke petting zoo, creep factory, all the way down is the fish farm for fish fam room. And that's a chat room I made for you guys. Griffin Fish Room is 108. Yeah, no, you're 109. Christmas just got PG rated. Fish Room Fever. Be good, Bubba. Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for the shout out earlier. If I can find that damn... It's standing up right there. It was standing up. Like, whatever. Good night, Mr. James. I'm getting tired finally, so other than maybe messaging you all on Discord, I'm off the internet for the night. You all take care. Have a wonderful night, Go Fish, and Merry Christmas to you. Did Bob leave? That's awesome. We got Bob to 1,000 tonight. I like doing stuff like that. It's really funny. One spot on my mouse is... I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. Like... I don't know how to do this. One spot on my mouse is like rubbed completely bare. And the rest of it has texture. You can tell that's where my finger sits. Yeah, that's kind of perfect. Hope you get your stocking stuffed, Chappy. Thanks, buddy. Bob is still here, still stoked. Yeah. Are you? How many hours you at, Bob? Well, you don't live stream, but you have YouTube videos. Horn dog doesn't meet under the mistletoe; he meets under the camel toe. Ew. I heard someone say that they're like, oh, the 1K mark is easy. It's the 4,000 hours that's hard. I thought so too. Until I hit 4,000 hours, which comes super fast when you're streaming. It's the 1K subs that is really tough.
here's a story. From Quincy the Fancy Owl. Or Moose Knuckle. I feel like a moose knuckle's more gnarly. This one is entitled I'm Gonna Kill Santa Claus by Danny Gonzalez. Every Christmas, I'm a very good boy. I put out milk and cookies for this guy to enjoy, but Santa never brings me the right toy. I felt like giving up on all this holiday joy. But if you've seen Santa Claus, you know. You become Santa if you put on Santa's coat. You can kill him, leave him dead up in the snow. The elves don't even care about you murdering their bro. And so, this Christmas gonna be special to me. I ain't ask for a car with a key. I ain't gonna write to Santa Claus asking him please. 'Cause what I want for Christmas can't fit under the tree. I want to be Santa Claus, so I'm gonna kill Santa Claus. When I hear those reindeer paws, I'm gonna break the law. This Christmas, don't got a wish list, I got a hit list. And at the top of it is old Saint Nicholas. Nothing against him, it's just business. I ain't the Grinch, but I'm gonna steal Christmas. That was a rap. That wasn't even a poem. I think it was a rap. 167.3. Yeah. So you're going to have to do some long live streams if you want to get caught up fast. You have a wonderful community for that. So definitely get in that schedule. And if I can give any tips, is just you'll have more viewers than I did when I started. I hit like 4,000 hours by like at most 10 people in my stream. It was usually 5 or 6. So I did like stupid long streams. You'll be able to crush it really easily, but you got to stay on it. And it's a pain in the ass, sorta. But yeah, hit it so you can monetize that channel. And when you do live streams, you can do super chat and all that. Chappy's been creepy, that's for sure. That I have. But yeah. I'm trying to hit, what am I at, like 800? 809. I need 192. 91. I need 191 subscribers before the 1st, if I can do this in a year. Horndog, you on Discord? Is Horndog on Discord? Nope, Horndog's not on Discord. Horndog don't do any social media. Unless it's some girls. Well, good news, Horndog. I'm the guy that would have to ban you, so I probably wouldn't ban you, and there's non-safe for work rooms. You can post whatever you want in some of those rooms. Merry Christmas to everyone, and everyone a good night. Griffin, Fish Room, have a wonderful, wonderful night. Oh, that felt nice. Not in David Boucher's room. Hey, Horndog does adult friend finder.
Well, Horn Dog, you know that most of my viewers are female. If you join my Discord, there's a lot of females in there. But they probably don't hang out in the non-safe for work rooms. So you're probably not going to have good luck creeping on my Discord people. Oh, that's terrible. I'd have to ban you if they complained. But you should still try to join. You did Ashley Madison? Isn't that the one that does the married couples? Oh, man. Oh, hell. You're terrible. So do you guys want to keep going? Or if we're going to have a bunch of people leave, I can go to bed. I was already in bed, and then someone ended their stream. I'm like, only an hour? We got to keep going. And I swear I just saw something. It was like, whatever. Y'all can see, and I saw something. Whatever. It's just trying to creep me out, if anything. Well, there you go. Join the Discord. And I'll give you your own role. Sleep deprivation. Not me. I sleep until noon. I'll sleep the day away. I don't give a fuck. I'll just sleep. I'm on a 2-week break from work for Christmas. So at my company, they don't take off any holidays except for Christmas, so that they can have 2 weeks off. Praise the Lord and Mr. Ford. I better see. I better see Horn Dog join it. Hellraiser. And a badass. You should try Grindr, bud. I hear great things. Wait, what's happening? I was using my brain for other things. I don't know what to tell you, Julie. What were you doing? What is happening? Look at that. There it goes. Yeah, that's good enough. Whatever. Too long. I'm sure there's ladies on there. And Scratch and Bow on the go with a classy comment, boobies. He's speaking of my boobies. How you doing, Bo? I'm getting tired. I might pass out soon. I might end my stream and not the internet. I won't let the I'm gonna end it before the internet ends it for me. Like streams are supposed to work.
That's too many voices to learn. If I was a voice actor, I'd be fine with that. But too many voices when you're doing creepypastas, I'm not fine with that. Turn the lights on, Chappy. Wake up. I'm stealing that one. What are you stealing, horn dog? Merry Christmas again. You were reading earlier when I came in. Well, you should just stay and listen to the story. You goof. But thank you. I just looked over my computer and it's not displaying my my icon. This is one of my favorite things ever. Let me see if this shows it. Wait. Where's it at? Yeah, right there. There it goes. It had to be reminded. Chappy, don't you dare go to sleep. Drink a Monster energy drink with vodka. I don't drink Monster. It's not my thing. Don't leave, Chappy. Who will tuck me in? Oh, you guys. Isn't it weird to think that when you're a kid, Halloween and Christmas are so far apart? But when you're an adult, you're like, Halloween was just like last week, wasn't it? And Thanksgiving was in there too. Pirate story? Once there was a horn dog looking for what he called booty. He got an STD. The end. Good point, Chappy. What was my point? What point did I make? What's in the darkness? This will probably be my last story. It's a short one, too. You might be getting yourself ready for bed, hopping out of the shower at night, or running to grab something before a date when you inadvertently find yourself descending a flight of darkened stairs. About halfway down said flight, the urge to go that much faster jolts into your mind, and you immediately obey. What are we running from that dwells in the darkness upstairs? Is it simply the thought of darkness that causes us to want to leave the situation as soon as possible? Or is there something else? A darker, more sinister force awaiting us to take our a darker, more sinister force awaiting us to take our time going down the stairs to nab us and take us with them to their hellhole. Or perhaps it's just a force of good attempting to protect you from the things in the darkness. Could it be that every time we feel that urge to move faster, the very hands of an evil force are grabbing our back? Because of your sudden speed, we slip out of the grasp? Who knows? Just remember, the next time you're going down that flight of stairs, don't look back and skip some steps if necessary. Oh, about Halloween and Christmas, yeah. With that, I'm going to go to sleep.
I don't know what you yahholes, that's a new word. You yahholes are going to do. Like 2 months ago, I would have freaked out about having 15 people in here and just trying to make it go as long as possible. But I can't do it anymore, guys. I'm sleepy. Horn dog might get laid. Meaning you're going to go to bed. And that's laying. I'm fairly certain that's what you mean by that. Well, anyway, oh shoot, hang on, there we go, sorry about that. Good night, Chappy Claus. Good night, Horn Dog. Good night, Mr. Silent J. Oh, damn you, Chappy. I guess sleep and take care. Cody-san, you're very welcome for the stream. Thanks for coming by, guys. Am I Krampus? Should I tell you? Chappy, you're a bug bite. Nah. That may be. But crap, I'm still wrapping presents. I'm gonna be bored. It's Christmas, damn it. I have 200... Shit, I have more than that. I have something like 300 streams. I have 200 other streams you can check out. That... I mean... Do you eat bad children? I don't know if I should tell you. I'm sorry, Zen. You know I love you guys. But Chappy's tired. And I know an hour and 39 minutes is not a long stream for me. I'm just really tired. Alright, I'll tell you what. Let me... Nope, that's rum and coke. Let me go get water. And I may do some more stories. I'll be right back. I may do more stories. Damn y'all. Alright, 1 second. Well, how about I get a light? Because I'm not trying to run from whatever I can't see in the hallway.
Hey. Great googly mooglies. I don't know what y'all are talking about. I need to charge my phone. Oh, you charge. What the shit? This is a good cable. There it goes. Oh, Julie's a pussycat. She's crazy as hell, but she's a pussycat. I'm gonna point it down a little bit. I need to get my other tripod out. Hey, Scooter. The tables have turned and I don't like it. Julie, you're not supposed to talk about it. Remember what we talked about? I don't know if I want to read any more stories. So who's excited for Christmas tomorrow? Spending time with a family member you only see a couple times a year, and this is generally the time of year when you see him the most, between Thanksgiving and now. I haven't done any fucking Christmas shopping. I'm waiting for someone to throw in my face the fact that I just built a badass computer, but I paid for that badass computer when I was making a lot of money earlier this year. Oh yeah, no, I'm not bitter or anything. Like truthfully, I'm not. What? Oh. Aw. That's sad to see. Donna is on my PayPal. You didn't get anyone gifts? Chappy. I know. I should be paid tomorrow though, so that's kind of cool. Chappy's the real G. I don't know about that. That is sad. Or rest in peace, Donna. Quincy, the fancy owl. I don't understand that face. Is that like a sad crying face? You should draw something. I should draw something? I'm not much of a drawer. Rip Donna. She was a very nice woman. I miss her. That's probably the most genuine thing Horn Dog has ever said. But that's very true, Horn Dog. Thank you for that. Those are very sweet words. She will be sorely missed. And Ernie Three Farts. Rest in peace, Mr. Ernie Three Farts. He was a great, great man. I remember I VC'd with Donna and Chappy. She was really nice. Yeah, Ernie. So 2020 is going to be better. None of my viewers are going to die. None of my friends are going to die. Nobody dies in 2020. All right? Yeah. His liver. Oh, this is a while ago now. Quite a few months ago, if I remember. I remember his son messaged me and told me, and then I was like, LOL, what? He's like, why'd you LOL? And I took a second, I reread it, because I had just woken up or something, I don't know. And I was like, what? Yeah, because I remembered he said he wasn't feeling good, and his liver was having problems. Yeah, his daughter and son come in here every now and then. They're really sweet, and it's just too sad. Oh, poppity pop. I don't think we can decide how many viewers we have. Let me see here. I've got 12 likes. That's cool. Ha! I took that from YouTube. It was my watermark on YouTube. Nope. Mute you. I just want to see it show up on my stream now. Oh no. Oh, I thought my internet went out. If my internet goes out, I'm done, guys. I'm sorry. It says you have 26 likes on my end. Does it? I see 13. Oh, that was the wrong one. Oh, yeah, there it is. See if I can put it right where YouTube puts it. Double watermark. I totally love you all, Chappy, and affiliated streamers. You guys are always in my heart. Aw. Well, you're too sweet, bud. Oh, Oh, it's almost big enough. So I need to bring it up just a little bit. Right there. Did I do it? Let's see. Don't mess this up for me, Sianta. Is oh, all the love you all, Julie. Julie, you can't leave right now. I want you guys saying you love me, because then that means you're leaving soon. Damn it. Ain't nobody leaving right now. Ain't nobody leaving. Oh, it's so close. I need to move it a little bit to the right. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Whatever. So is everybody still wrapping presents and enjoying a little bit of mulled wine and cuddling with their loved ones and all that crap? I mean, not crap, you know what I mean. I should play a game. Where's the creepy face at now? Oh, that's a fun one. You can barely see that one. I mean, of course you saw it. I'm just spreading the love, Chappy. That's right. How annoying would this be if y'all just, if it just did this the whole time? And there's the horn dog, I know. I didn't wrap any gifts this year, to be honest. How annoying is this? If I just... It's my new tattoo just right there. Just... What if I put it like... Let me see here. Like right there. Or... I don't know how I do that. I don't know. We'll put it right here. Playing with my little icon. Beatles, come together over me. Digital gifts and no waste gifts. And seeing lots of people after Christmas still getting a few gifts. Horn dog is hyperventilating. Why are you hyperventilating, bud? I think I'm pregnant. That would explain a lot, bud. But I don't think that's how that works. And Sianta classing it up in here with the poo baby joke. Nice. Real nice. I was going to say no more stories. I think I might have to do some stories so I don't have to see the classy comments you guys are having. for a story. Here's one. It's called Ichabod Beigelstein. By Stephen D. Harris. When I was a small child, I was terrified of the dark. I still am. But back when I was around 6 years old, I couldn't go a full night without crying out for one of my parents to search beneath my bed or my closet for whatever monster I thought was waiting to eat me. Even with a nightlight, I could still see dark shapes moving around from the corners of the room, or strange faces looking in from my bedroom window. My parents would do their best to console me, telling me that it was just a bad dream or a trick of the light. But in my young mind, I was positive that the second I fell asleep, bad things would get me. Most of the time, I would just hide under the blankets until I became tired enough to stop worrying. But every now and then, I would become so panicked that I would run screaming into my parents' room, waking up my brother and sisters in the process. After an ordeal like that, there would be no way anyone would get a full night's rest. Eventually, after one particularly traumatizing night, my parents had enough. Unfortunately for them, they understood the futility in arguing with a 6-year-old and knew that they would be unable to convince me to rid myself of childish fears through reason and logic. They had to be clever. It was my mother's idea to switch together my little bedroom friend, to stitch together my little bedroom friend. She collected a large assortment of random pieces of fabric, and her sewing machine had created what I would refer to as Mr. Ichabod Beigelstein, or Ick for short. Ick was a sock monster, as my mother called him. He was made to keep me safe while I slept all night by scaring away all the other monsters. He was pretty damn creepy, I had to admit. Honestly, looking back on it now, I'm still impressed that my mom could think of something so strange and disturbing looking. Ichabod, the stitched together look of a Frankenstein gremlin with big white button eyes and floppy cat ears. His little arms and legs were made from pairs of my sister's black and white striped socks, and the half of his face that was green was made of one of my brother's tall football socks. His head could have been described as bulbous, and for his mouth my mom attached a piece of white fabric and sewed in a zigzag pattern to shape a wide grin of sharp teeth. I loved him at once. From then on, Ick never left my side, so long as it was after dusk, of course. Ick didn't like the sun and would get upset if I tried to bring him to school with me. But that was okay. I only needed him at night to keep away the boogeyman. Which was what he was good at. So every night at bedtime, Ick would tell me where the monsters were hiding, and I would place him near the section of my room closest to the spookiness. If there was something in the closet, Ick would block the door. If there was some dark creature scratching at my window, Ick would be pressed up against the glass.
If there was a big hairy beast under my bed, then under the bed he went. Sometimes the monsters weren't even in my room. Sometimes they would hide in my dreams, and Ichabod would have to come with me into my nightmares. It was fun bringing Ick into the dream world, as he and I would spend hours fighting off ghouls and demons. The best part was, in my dreams, Ick could talk for me, for real. "How much do you love me?" he would ask. "More than anything," I would always tell him. One night in a dream, after I had lost my first tooth, Ick asked me for a favor. "Can I have your tooth?" I asked him why. "To help him kill the bad things," he said. "To help me kill the bad things," he said. The next morning at breakfast, my mom asked me where the tooth went. From what she told me, the tooth fairy didn't find it under my pillow. When I told her I gave it to Ichabod, she just shrugged and went back to feeding my little sisters. From then on, every time I lost a tooth, I would give it to Ick. He would always thank me, of course, and tell me that he loved me. Eventually, though, I ran out of baby teeth, and I was beginning to get a little too old to be playing with dolls. So Ick just sat there on my bookshelf collecting dust, slowly fading away from my attention. Over time, the nightmares, however, became worse than ever. So bad that they even began to follow me in the waking world, terrorizing every dark corner or rustle in the bushes. After one particularly bad night biking home from a friend's house, where I swore a pack of rabid dogs were chasing me, I got home to find something strange waiting for me in my room. There, on my bed, standing fully upright in the soft glow of the moonlight from my window, was Ichabod. At first, I thought it was my eyes were playing tricks on me again. They had been all evening, so I tried to flick on the lights. Another flick of the light switch, then another and another. With no change to the darkness, it was then that it started to get nervous. I started to get nervous. I backed away slowly towards the door behind me, my eyes never leaving the shape of Ick's silhouette. My hand awkwardly outstretched behind me for the doorknob. I was just about to get my ass out of there when I heard the door itself shut, locking me in blackness, and nothing but shadows and silence. I stood, frozen in place, not even breathing. For how long, I can't say. But after what felt like a lifetime of cold fear, I heard the shrill, familiar voice. I'm not doing a voice. Sorry. "You stopped feeding me. So why should I protect you?" Protect me from what?" "Let me show you." I blinked once and everything changed. I wasn't in my room anymore. I was somewhere else. It wasn't hell, but the comparison wasn't far off. "Oh, you're not leaving, Sianta. You're not leaving at all." But the comparison wasn't far off. It was some sort of forest, a horrible, nightmarish place where partial embryonic abortions hung from the canopy, and the ground swarmed with carnivorous insects. A thick fog wafted through the air, and with it the stench of rotting meat, while lightning flashed across the night sky. In the distance, I could hear an agonizing scream of something not quite human. My head throbbed like it was about to explode, the pain forcing out a river of tears. In my mind, I heard his voice again. This is what your reality would become without me. I felt the earth shaking, footsteps approaching fast. I'm the only one who can stop it. It was behind me now, huge and angry, hot breath across my neck. Bring me what I need, and I will. I woke up before I could turn around. The following day, I raided my parents' closet for my brother's baby teeth, giving them all to Ikbar. Almost immediately, the night terrors ceased, and I was more or less able to go on about my life as normal. From time to time, I would sneak into my little brother's room and snatch what was meant for the tooth fairy, or strangle one of the neighborhood cats and pry out sharp little incisors. Anything to ward off the visions. Anything from a shark's tooth necklace to a cavity-ridden bicuspid. I also began to notice that Ik would move around my room whenever I left for any length of time, rearranging my stuff and hanging additional curtains. He was even beginning to look more lifelike somehow. In the right light, his teeth would glisten, and he was warm to the touch. As much as he creeped me out, I couldn't work up to the courage to just destroy him, knowing perfectly well where that would leave me. So I went on collecting teeth for Ik throughout all of high school and college. The older I got, the more things I would learn to fear, the more teeth Ik would need to keep me safe. I'm 22 years old now, with a decent job, my own apartment, and a set of dentures. It's been almost a month since Ik's last meal, and the horrors are starting to crowd around me once more. I took a detour through a parking garage after work last night, found a man fumbling without car keys. His teeth were stained yellow from a lifetime of cigarettes and coffee. Even still, I had to use a hammer to get out the molars. When I got back to my apartment, he was waiting for me on the ceiling, in the corner. 2 white eyes, a mouth of razors. "How much do you love me?" he asks. "More than anything," I reply, taking off my coat. "More than anything in the world." Oh, there's a picture for this, and I'm trying to find it. I'm going to find the Ikbar Bigglestein. Aw, he's sort of cute. Let me find you a picture. This is what he looked like. I want an Ikbar Bigglestein. I've got more viewers now. I'm almost back up to 20. Nobody's talking, but I've got quite a few viewers, so that's cool. Oh, camera. Don't do me like that. Come on, baby. I thought you loved me. Its head, the camera's like a wobbly-headed baby. It's like, I can't. The horror is in the absurdity of life. Respect to our fallen hellraisers, yeah. Oh, what are y'all saying? Am I going to have to mute people? Silent J. Thanks, you Chappy. Teehee. It's making me sleepy. Maybe I can nap now with Kitty. Just popping in to say Merry Christmas. You too, Mischief Raven. I'm not leaving, haha. Horndog left. If Horndog jumped off a bridge, would you jump too? I'd add him to a list of Chappy's dead fans. Not funny, dude. Not funny. And not funny, Julie. It's not funny. Needs more coffee. Oh my god, so many presents. I'm not chatting much. Well, I wouldn't with these monsters making fun of my dead fans. Yeah, y'all should feel terrible about that. I'm making gravy from scratch for today's dinner at the moment. Nice. I'm drinking water. I'm trying to find my vape. There it is. Why you read? Why now? You know I read everything y'all say, right? Everything y'all say. You goofballs. What do we got here? Trying to find a story now. Oh, there's Smile Dog. That's a fun one. Smile Dog's one of those famous ones. I've read this before. Little Wooden Box. The Boy Who Loved to Read. Oh yeah, MSRP was $7.99. Lister's Ratch. Not reading that one. Too long. The White Face in the Window. Well, that's a nice creepy image. What do you guys think of that? Last winter, I was walking through a park near my apartment. When I came across 5 young boys intending to smash an object with a hammer. Granted, Chicago children are probably more violent than most, but I'm not used to seeing such things in my particular neighborhood. I jogged over to them mostly out of curiosity. Damn it. Sorry. Curiosity, but also to make sure that they weren't torturing some poor squirrel or pigeon or something. If I'd known the sort of thing that I was about to come in contact with, I would probably have went home and bolted the door. One of the boys was clutching some sort of dark wooden board covered with black paint. Oh, I've read this before. And holding it at arm's length, with his face turned away and his eyes closed. The second boy, I remember one of his friends calling him Peter or Paul, was aggressively prying the hammer out of the boards of the boy who had been swinging at the wooden board moments earlier while the other two kids watched without saying a word. In spite of all the hammering and arguing, the surface of the board looked perfectly smooth and intact from the angle I was approaching. I put my toughest adult voice on and got the kids to quit yelling and fighting over the hammering just long enough to ask them what in the hell were they trying to do. The boy holding the hammer, Peter Paul, looked me straight in the face and said, "We're going to break the devil into 6 pieces and bury him in the woods." I was stunned, but also amused. I figured he had seen something like this on television and sort of laughed it off and asked, "So you kids think this plank is the devil?" Peter Paul was clearly not pleased by the question and said something along the lines of, "Are you stupid or what? That thing ain't a plank." As I took a look at the wooden board up close, I was surprised to see that the entire surface had not been painted with white paint, as I first thought. It had actually been hand-painted to the point that it was nearly covered with a language I wasn't familiar with. It looked vaguely Asian or Middle Eastern. It was entirely alien to me, aside from the upper left-right corners, which displayed very detailed paintings of the sun and moon. In the center of both the sun and moon were unnerving faces with blank expressions. As I thought about the last detail, it became clear to me that this board was some sort of antique, handmade Ouija. Peter Paul explained to me that his grandfather, owned an antique store and was on his deathbed. He had requested that the boy's mother take the board from the store safe and break it into 6 pieces and dispose of it immediately, burying each piece in the woods, not less than a mile apart from each other. He would not say why this had to be done, but continuously referred to the board as the wooden devil. When the boy's mother had refused, thinking it was ludicrous, as any rational person would, the grandfather had enlisted the boy and his friends, giving them the store key, told them the safe combination. I remember the kid telling me he was disappointed. He had always thought the safe held his grandfather's stash of ancient pirate treasure. Upon grabbing the wooden board from the safe, however, the boys had run into 2 problems. Firstly, the board was hard as stone, and the best way to break the thing was turning it onto a point of argument of how the hammer had failed. The second issue was that the woods in Chicago are scarce. The woods large enough for burying things mile apart from each other are even scarcer. Realizing it was more likely not the best idea to get in the way of the group of kids' family issues when a hammer and a wooden slab were involved, I figured my best option was to break the thing myself and make sure the kids didn't get themselves hurt, then be on my way. This proved to be extremely difficult. I remember thinking that this board had to be reinforced with a steel plate or something. I was beating on the thing with the hammer for the 900th time when I remembered that I had a hacksaw I bought to remove a broken tree limb 2 years earlier, and had never touched it since. I told the kids to sit tight and jog down the block to my apartment. By the time I got back, it was snowing, and the boys were picking up the snow and throwing at each other in the clumps rather than snowballs. It was unusually mild winter for us last year, and I think this may have been the beginning of the only snowstorm we had all year, if I remember correctly. The 5 of them continued to play in the snow as I hacked into the board with my saw. It took an unusually long amount, but it worked. It worked. When the first piece snapped off, I picked it up and saw the grain where it had been cut was unlike anything I'd ever seen before, spiraling in every distinct pattern that I could still picture in my head. The unstained wood was a deep reddish brown. When the board was in 6 pieces, Peter or Paul grabbed the corner with the picture of the sun, and then he and one of his friends ran a short distance into the wooded area at the edge of the park and buried it a foot down. As this was going on, the other boys explained to me that they were planning on spending the day riding the elevated train and taking the pieces to various wooded areas they had come up with. They just needed one more place to bury the 6th piece, and it hadn't come up with anything yet. As it happened to be a Sunday, if I recall, I offered to do it on the way back to work the next day, and they agreed that it was a good plan. As the 5 of them walked away towards the north, I saw them enter a station from the Blue Line train. I never saw them again. Later that night, as the snowstorm started to get really bad, I remember thinking that I hoped I hadn't made a mistake by letting them go off on their own. But a strange adult hanging with 5 neighborhood kids tends to give people the wrong idea, regardless of whether he's looking out for their safety. I hope they had gotten their task finished before the storm really hit. The corner of the board I had wound up with was the corner with the painting of the moon, with a blank expression. I had really planned to bury it. I swear I did. But we all wound up snowed in the following morning, and it ended up in the drawer of an end table. I don't know if I had ever been snowed in during a Chicago winter, but when this happens, they tend to send out these huge monolithic snow plows to push all of the snow into the mountains on top of all the parked cars, none of which will be capable of moving an inch for at least 2 days. The day was rather uneventful, but as nightfall approached, I was taken by an eerie notion that something was watching me through the living room window. I kept glancing towards it, expecting to see someone peering in at me, despite the fact that I live on the 3rd floor. My living room window faces the street. After a while, I shook off the notion, and I believe I went to sleep around 11. Around 1 a.m., I was awoken by what sounded like a mechanical device humming loudly, and assumed it to be the heater, possibly being overworked due to the snowstorm. I stood up, put my ear next to the vent, but the sound wasn't coming from there. I walked into the living room to check the setting on the thermostat, and immediately every hair on my body stood up at full attention. The sound was coming from the direction of my living room window. As I turned to look, I caught the ghastly image of a solid white face with the wide mouth and dark socket eyes on the other side of the glass. I quickly turned on the light and the face disappeared. The mechanical drowning noise seemed to recede. So here's the image. Had it all been in my imagination, I wondered? When I was younger, I once had an episode of sleep paralysis where I witnessed a tree devouring my neighbor's dog through a bedroom window. But when I came out to see if the tree was back to normal, and the dog was perfectly fine. Had this been something similar? Nevertheless, I hardly slept the rest of the night. I kept thinking I was hearing a deep mechanical drone somewhere in the distance. By the next night, I'd regained my wits and fell asleep in my bed sometime around midnight. I awoke once again, terrified, to the sound of the same mechanical drone as the previous night, but this time much louder. As I sat up in bed, I saw the ghastly white face with sunken eyes on the other side of the window, near the foot of my bed. No more than 3 feet from where I lay sleeping. It had no neck, arms, torso, nothing. It seemed to just float there above the streetlights below. Emanating that horrible humming sound, I instinctively grabbed the drapes and pulled them closed, but the sound continued. I remembered what had happened the night before. I ran to the lights and flipped the switch. The noise slowly faded, but I was too afraid to open the drapes for the rest of the night. The next morning, I was unable to get to work due to my car being frozen underneath a 7-foot pile of ice, but I absolutely had to get out of the apartment. I thought that if the face was going to come back, that I would have to be ready for it somehow. I went to a sporting goods store in the neighborhood and purchased a box of ammo for a .22 range pistol I hadn't used in years. It wasn't much, but was better than nothing. I also bought some caffeine tablets and a bag of coffee. Before nightfall, I set up camp in my living room with a pistol and a pot of coffee. Took one of the caffeine tablets and rigged up a portable audio recorder that I sometimes use for work. I don't own a camera, and my cell phone's video function has not been working for months, so that's the best I could do was an attempt to snap a photo in the dark with a cell phone of the face that appeared. It showed itself around 3 a.m. I was beginning to crash from all the caffeine when I began to hear the drowning sound appearing from the distance. I readied my gun in one hand and my cell phone in the other, but the face didn't appear at the window. I began to wonder if perhaps the face was outside my bedroom window. And as I snuck through the dark towards the sound, it seemed to get louder. However, as I entered the room, the door slammed shut and locked behind me. I heard glass shattering in the living room. Suddenly, the apartment was filled with the noise of things being smashed, thrown, and torn to pieces. The drowning noise was deafeningly loud. I covered my ears and turned my head away as I clawed at the doorknob with my other hand, but it simply would not open. It was as if the lock had been welded shut. After about 30 seconds of this, I raised my foot and smashed the door open with 2 kicks. Immediately, crashing in the living room stopped, but the room itself had been completely torn to pieces. And as I looked up above the debris at the shattered window, I saw the face one last time, staring at me from the other side of my demolished Venetian blinds. It opened its mouth, exposing a wide, dark cavern, the likes of which I hope to never see again, and the horrible sound got louder and louder as I snapped a single photo with my camera, and the flash went off. Then, in an instant, the face was gone. All I have to prove my story is a single blurry photograph and the audio taken from my portable recorder in those last few minutes. But the thing about it that disturbs me the most is the corner of the wooden board with the painting on the moon was sitting atop the debris in the exact center of the room. And the face had been altered so that the expression was identical to what I had seen in the window pane, with the wide, gaping, cavernous mouth. I buried it in the woods the following morning. How's everybody doing? Hey, Cody. I saw, yeah, Fish Room Fever. I thought... Don't you people ever sleep? Yeah, I was gonna sleep. But, I was held hostage to keep streaming. No worries, Bubba. Oh wow, sailfish is able to swim at 68 miles an hour, followed by the marlin at 50. It's kind of scary if you think about it. Those are big bastards. Ooh, barracuda. I like flying fish. These guys. Oh yeah, I want to see pictures of people's tattoos. Neat. These fellas. These things are pretty neat. I'd want to be one of those super deep water fish that live in the darkest part of the ocean and look insane like an alien life form. That was weird. I had a trash icon pop up when I was alt-tabbing. I don't think my computer's haunted. It's brand new. Please don't be haunted. I watched a video of flying fish. They're pretty amazing. Oh, dude's getting away from a marlin. They cruise around pretty good. They'll sit on top of the water and kind of hydroplane with their tail. kind of amazing.
So is everybody done wrapping presents?
I think I'm going to get me some sleep here pretty soon. Yeah, Zen Ginger guilted me. But she's such a good mod that I couldn't let her down. I couldn't let any of my mods down. 'Cause you're all